Hello, my fellow humans. How are you guys doing? Please bear with me. I'm not as cool as Captain Jack Sparrow, but I promise I have things to say. So, I wasn't active on this channel for a while and didn't feel like, so yeah. I'm back with a story, okay? Story from my own life, something that I went through in the last couple of years. And yes, this is not a rant about my ex. I'm not gonna blame him for everything that went wrong after I met him. Maybe I will once or twice, but no, it's not that. It's this video is not about that. I'm actually gonna talk more about things that led me into situations that came from my own deep insecurities and things that I kept ignoring, things that I never addressed when it came to my own self worth and my emotional needs. So let's start with the story. You can grab your tea, you can grab whatever you want to have right now. Okay, let's just start. I met this guy, okay, around April 2022, like the end of April 2022. And this was exactly the time, when I was going through some deep awakening episodes. I was literally seeing SHIT in my real life. Like I was having real nightmares. And this guy literally was like one of my nightmares that came to life. The best line that I can use to describe this person: Darling, I'm a nightmare, dressed like a daydream. It's a line from Taylor Swift's song. And that is what you can use to describe this person. This person was really good with words. This person was really good with portraying a picture. Like the way they would deliver their words, it almost gives you like this person is very good, I'm telling you, with their words, promises, very good. Like it's not that I never met a person who was good with words and I know they're just making SHIT up at this point. And yes, it's not that I was a complete noob. I didn't knew anything how world functions. No, it's just that something was so enticing when this person used to talk, and I'd be like, no, there is definitely this person is gonna deliver. Okay, he would say all the right things in the right way, something which I never heard anyone ever saying to me, like in that manner. What went wrong then? See, most importantly, when I met this person, I was already in the middle of switching my career. Like I was in the middle of making that decision that what I have to do next in my career. I was planning to quit my job. I was not very happy at where I was in life and what I was doing at that point in time, and it was not good, honestly. So I met this person at a very important point in my life where I was already going through a lot internally. My spiritual awakening, things that I was it's almost like everything going up in the air all in once. And then I meet this person, like cherry on the cake, in the worst way you can think of. When I talked to this person, something in me told me that maybe you should take a step back. I never listened to that feeling, never listened to that voice. Because one reason was I thought to myself that I'm already going through a lot in my life right now. What if it's just another negative thought in my mind? What if it's just my mind overthinking because I'm already going through a lot? So I was like, okay, let's just give it a chance. One thing particularly that I noticed in this person was, see, I have obviously dated people before that. I have already been in relationships before that. But one thing very particularly about this person was that he was very lustful towards me, which I know people would say men are usually, but it's weird to me the kind of lustful he was towards me. Because, okay, I have been in relationships before, I have been with people, And something was very weird about this person when it comes to his desires lustfully towards me and the way he would express it to me. You know what? The I would really like to say this. This person was literally the walking human form of my mental state at that time. It's actually true. What you attract in your life is nothing but a mirror to what's going on inside. Because this person was literally the walking human form of what was going on internally within me. This person would over promise all the time, over say things, comfort me on the outside. But when it came to the actual action, when it came to the actual delivering of action or delivering the promise, crickets. I can't hear back. This person is long gone. Especially, this person would literally leave me the F alone when I'm going through an episode of bad feeling very emotional, not feeling like myself. This person would F off, like literally. I would never hear back from him for in days, and then again, suddenly he would come back when I almost start feeling a little better. And I noticed this pattern so many times. Okay. So, towards the end of 2022, I resigned from my job and I decided to take this up full time, my YouTube thing. I was not really sure what I was doing. I was already like not completely feeling all good about things going on in my life. And this guy was there, of course, in the background, like the background noise sort of thing. Okay. I was not really paying a lot of attention towards this side of life. I was more about my career and thinking what choice do I need to make, how will I make things work, XYZ, all those. Okay. Towards the end of 2023, I came to this realization, like that was the first time ever that I really woke up to the truth of this connection, because I was not really paying that much attention to things going on, because I was like, okay, it happens. It happens. I was just taking it like that. It happens. I was not addressing really what was going wrong there. Okay. Um, I felt one thing, okay, that in the last couple of years, like before meeting this person, I was in like an emotional freeze. I almost became so mechanical. I never expressed my emotions. I was coming from a place of being someone who became so good at suppressing her emotions, almost like living a mechanical life. Okay, and when this person came, it almost like brought everything to the surface. Now, one thing that I understood why, because when I started paying attention to the patterns, um, and this happened to me the very first time when this person came to meet me, and I was going through a rough phase because I just switched careers and I was not exactly making a lot of money. My savings were running out and I was feeling effed up. I was like, dude, I don't know what what I'm doing. And at that point in time, I met this person, okay? He insisted on meeting me after a while from a break we were having. The way he behaved that day was the first time ever I started paying attention to why he was behaving like this. And why the F did I even take that behavior from him? In the middle of an argument, he literally, and I was all in my emotion. Like I was explaining him something about how I was feeling. I was feeling a setback in my life. I was feeling like I'm not worthy enough when it came to my career. I'm doing everything wrong. Blah, 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 you can think of. This man literally got up and left. Left. I was shocked. I was like, what just happened? Like, I'm all in my emotions. I'm trying to express something. I'm feeling a certain way. And this person is like, I can't take this. I'm going. And this person was perfectly fine. Like, there was nothing going wrong in his life. Okay, it's not that I'm loading him with something. He's already going through something and I'm loading him with it. No. He's like, you know what, you're being too emotional. I can't take this. I'll come back later. He literally picked his stuff. He went off. He effed off. Crickets. Never heard from him. And I was like, what? I don't even deserve to like, am I that bad? Like, don't I even deserve like someone who can literally just sit and at least hear me out? Like, am I that bad? It gave me like an existential crisis at that point because I was like, dude, I'm already feeling down because of my career or maybe a choice I made and I'm not sure even if I'm doing the right thing. And this was like cherry on the cake to make me go mad. I was like, what? I sat down and I was like, this is not happening. This is not how I'm supposed to live. I'm definitely not living the way I'm supposed to live. Something is utterly wrong here. And I made a promise to myself no one is ever going to make me feel like this ever again in my life. No matter what that SHID was, I'm going to learn to love myself from zero if required. I'll start now. One by one, I realized one thing that I understood why he was being so lustful towards me is something that was reflecting quick action and impulsive action in my own life. The way he would be lustful towards me, like suddenly he's all about me, talking about me, getting obsessed about me, and so lustful suddenly out of nowhere. Okay, it reflected something about my own mind, state of mind, my inner feeling of impulsive actions that I'll make in life. Like, I'm completely dead, or I go to the point where I'm completely dead with a certain mechanical way of living life, and then suddenly I'll make impulsive actions. Okay. Secondly, one thing that I realized about this relationship was, yeah, like, not hearing back from this person, especially in the moments where I'm all in emotion and I really need someone to listen to me. I really need someone to like be there, just be present with me in that moment of feeling low. That definitely indicated that I was, first of all, not there for myself. I always keep suppressing my deep emotions. That was the thing that I understood. I would be the person who would keep suppressing my emotions or something that I felt but never spoke about, something that's almost killing me from inside, from within, but I will never speak about it. I have done that so many times in my life, and I was like, no, not happening anymore. Okay, um, that's one of the biggest things that I understood. That he was kind of reflecting back to me. Another thing that I noticed about this person was I would still take his apologies and take him back in life when I see him putting certain amount of effort in apologizing and promising me that things will be better next time. I did this a couple of times. Okay, I would take him back when he's making a certain amount of effort of contacting me and promising me things and all of that jazz. I would still take him back in the hope that this time it's gonna be different. Now, why I was doing that? I realized I was operating from a place of ego. The ego of, you know what, I can never make a wrong choice. I know there is something yet good to happen that I haven't seen yet. Maybe I am acting too quick to leave something behind because you know what? I can never make a bad choice. I'm not so dumb. How can I choose a person who can never give me something that I first thought of? This was supposed to be my ideal connection. So, what I was doing was rather than the feeling, rather than The actual feeling of falling for a person, or maybe love or emotions, it was not that. It was my ego that made me kept going back, because I didn't wanted to accept deep down that I can be wrong in making a choice. And in order to protect that ego, I kept going back to this person, or I would rather say I kept accepting uh, his coming back into my life rather than shutting the door on his face. I kept accepting that, because deep down I was satisfying my ego that, Leena, you're not so dumb, you never made the wrong choice. I think the time was bad. No, it was not that. Another thing, the over promising, the over promising of things, the over, like, I'll do this, I'll do that, we'll make it work this way, we'll make it work that way. This is something that was coming from my own life. Okay, I would make big plans of doing things and then I will fall short. I would not do it. Okay, whether it came to my health, whether it came to my addressing things with my parents, um, addressing my needs, my personal needs, okay, things like that. So there were things that I started understanding, okay, because I'm telling you, this person was a walking human lesson for me. Like literally, my demons coming to life. It's almost like you have to face this demon, learn from this demon, metaphorically saying that. Because I was too quick to shut people off. Even before this, the people I dated or maybe talked to in a romantic sense, I would shut them off right away without even thinking twice, which is okay, fine. I'm not saying that. Sometimes, it's also about you. It's also about you. You may be shutting people off right on their face, yes. But what if you don't address your own insecurities and feelings deep down that you hold? One day they're gonna come out some way or the other, right? So, honestly, understand one thing. In life, whatever you attract, the most important lesson of all this thing, like the most important lesson from all this that I'm talking, one thing that you can definitely pick is, whatever is happening in your life right now, people you see, things that you experience, it's a physical reflection of your state of mind. It's literally the physical manifestation of what goes on here inside your body. I have noticed this many times. The more disturbed you are from your within, so definitely the only thing that you can do is regulate your nervous system. One very important thing about this connection was I witnessed a side to me that I never saw. This connection brought the worst out in me. Trust me. When this person would overpromise and not deliver, I have never seen that ugly side to me. The way I would react, the way I even cussed him, and I have no shame in admitting that. I would cuss him out, I would react all sorts of insane, and one day, it happened. I was reacting a certain way and I stopped and I was like, why am I doing this? What am I trying to explain? And why? Why even I'm trying to explain this? Um, in that moment of realization is when I actually started drawing a line there. Okay? Because every time I would explain something and want this person to do something for me or expect them to do something for me and go back and explain why they should have done it in the first place, I was like, no, 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 no. It means I still don't value myself enough. Okay? This person brought the ugly side out. I have never, it's almost to the point where I was like, this is not me. I was scared of myself. The way I would react, it made me scared. Like, why am I behaving like this? It's almost like I was possessed. And I have no shame in admitting that. And I was like, no, no, this is not how I'm supposed to live. This is not the way, even if there are needs inside of me, even if there's something, like, understand one thing. There will be people in your life that are going to bring out the best in you, even in your moments of crisis. And there will be people who are going to bring the worst in you, even in the best moments of your life. Choose your people wisely. There will be people, even if you're going through the best in your life, their aura is so negative. They're going to still bring out the worst in you. And there are people, even if you're going through the worst day in your life, they would still bring out the best in you. Okay? So make sure the people you surround yourself with deserve a place in your life. Don't just randomly tag people along because, become a person you need no escape from. I kept running from myself whole my life. I kept running, I kept running. But what? Universe is funny. Universe is funny. It kept manifesting people in my physical reality to show me what I'm running from. And this particular episode in my life was the cherry on the cake. Now I'm speaking about it sitting here very casually, but I know the nightmare I went through. But I'm happy I went through that. Okay? And never ever again. Never ever again. Okay? So I'll see you again. Please take care.